Hey everybody, welcome back to Secret Squirrel Games. I'm your host, Secret Squirrel. Thanks for tuning in. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday, and that is one of the times that we do cross out. Cross out. Cross out. No, anyway. We do cross out at 12 noon Eastern Time in the United States, which is -4 UTC for anybody in a different time zone, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and we do it at 3 p.m. on Thursdays and Fridays. The only other scheduled stream that I do, though I do other streams that aren't scheduled, the only other scheduled stream that I do is at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday evenings. We do, a buddy of mine runs a Greek mythology-based Dungeons & Dragons campaign, and we are doing that, and we are airing that on Saturday evenings at 6:30 p.m. However, with one caveat, not tomorrow, not this Saturday, but next Saturday we'll pick it back up. There's 6 players, the game master, we're all like 4th level right now. We're preparing for the Battle of Troy, so pretty good. The Trojan War, Greek mythology stuff going on, not your standard elves and orcs and everything. Alright, so as far as we are today, we are here for Crossout, right? Crossout, yes. We have done, you'll note that there are only 2 days left of the Guiding Star event, and as far as the seasonal event is concerned, we only have our daily challenges to do. We've done all the weekly challenges, all the main challenges, whatever, the additional challenges. There are no more challenges of that nature to do. We have the daily challenges to do, and then we could probably do the other daily challenges for tomorrow after midnight Greenwich Mean Time, or UTC, whichever way you want to look at it, which is 8 p.m. tonight. Local time here. We can do tomorrow's daily challenges as well, and that would just leave Sunday's daily challenges, but that wouldn't amount to another level. If we do today's daily challenges, it's a total of 2,500 experience points, which would put us at 3,500 experience points toward the next level. And then if we did tomorrow's, daily challenges after 8 p.m. tonight, that'd be another 2,500. That would put us over the 5,000 mark into level 132. But then doing Sunday's daily challenge wouldn't accomplish anything more, because it wouldn't get us another level anyway, and then it would all be over. The event would be over. So all we got to do is today's, and then the one after 8 p.m. tonight for tomorrow's, and we'll get the max level that we can get, which is 132. Not bad. Plenty of extra coins in our pocket for it. Now, today is Cannon Day as far as our daily missions. Yay! Additionally, that's the other thing. Also, the Slaughter event. There's still 9 days left of that. It's meh. I mean, it's all right. It is an additional. If you're willing to destroy 1,000 parts total, 400 for this first challenge, and then 600 for the follow-on challenge, then you can get 120 additional engineer badges, so per day. So that is an option. We could possibly do that, a little bit, even though I'm not super excited about it. It just takes time. But some runs you'll get a bunch of parts, some runs you won't get a bunch of parts, whatever. But, if you're willing to put in the time, just doing it repetitively, one after another, then before you know it, you've got your 1,000 parts. Well, not before you know it. It's going to take a little while, but once you get your 1,000 parts, you get 120 additional engineer badges, basically. So that's not too bad, I guess. Worth a little bit of time investment. As far as buy or sell an item on the market, that shouldn't be a problem. What do I got? Oh, I got that done. Yes, I have a fidget now. Not bad, not bad. Not too shabby. Let me see. I know I'm going to need some parts or some resources probably for this. Defender I need also. And that is a nomad item. I believe it is a nomad item. And then this is 165 4, and it's at least 1/5 of that, meaning 120, 130. Yes, 130 in scrap alone. It's actually, that's all it is, really. The copper is minimal. What's going on, Haas? How's it going, man? Welcome. Seems a little strange. Seems like you followed just the other day. And you did. More Haases are following. Okay. I knew that there was more Haases. You know, I knew that there was a Haas, and now there's a total of 3 Haases that are followers. So I'm thinking bots. It's kind of what is registering to me. So anyway, I'll craft this, and then I'll shift over to this so I can craft this, and then, so those are bots, I'm assuming. Once that's done, I'll make myself another summiter. I'll try to make 2 of them. Why not? I could have just made another borer as well, but whatever. I'll do that. I'll go ahead and make a second one of these, and so that I can swap back to scavengers and make another borer, you know, between whatever, something. In the meantime, though, I guess I'll just, for fire sell an item on the market, I'm just going to sell some coupons for right now, because I don't really need anything else. Sell for 20 cents, that's fine. Boom. That's fine. Yay, it's sold. Okay, so that challenge is done. Need some raids done. Electronics, copper. Still need 3 of these side missions done as well. And an easy raid. Alright, so. Do I have the right vehicle? I do not have the right vehicle. Let's put the right vehicle. Ding. There we go. We're going to go ahead and look for, how many electronics of copper? 2 copper, the rest electronics. Okay, easy peasy. 2 copper, that's electronics. Fire starter, okay. This is copper, steel cradle. Steel cradle can be a problem, depending on how many allies you have. Or not how many, I mean, obviously, the most you can have is 4, depending on the quality of the allies you have. Steel cradle can definitely be a problem at the hard level. That Leviathan can be very tough. No, I guess I'm going this instead. Alright. Only need, what I say, 2 copper? 2 copper and the rest electronics. So, alright, well, we're queued up for electronics then. See what we can get done. Let's get after it. Kind of looking forward to this weekend now. Because I'm gonna avoid everything tomorrow by going to a seafood festival that's happening nearby, but it's in the next county, so we're actually gonna have like a little mini vacation thing, the girlfriend and I, for the weekend. Just gonna go up there, get a hotel room, see what's around that area, you know. We'll go to the seafood festival during the day, we'll check into the hotel room, obviously later in the afternoon when you can't check into the hotel room, you know, right early in the morning or anything. And then we'll, you know, hang out by the pool, stuff like that, and try to enjoy the day. Hopefully the weather will be good. And then, you know, go out to eat, things like that, maybe shop around a little bit, something. And then on Sunday, we might even get up and just hang out by the pool a little bit in the morning before doing more of the same, or, you know, shopping or whatnot. Who knows? Okay, I was going to say, is this other guy coming, or what's the deal? good, very good. I like this. What's he got?
Nicely done, buddy.
There we go. Alright, let's go get to the other one. Alright, we don't need to. They got it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Play smart.
No more running for that one. That was a good work.
I might have to get me some of those. I like those. Those things actually, they do a lot of damage. They can F you up, man, that's for sure. I've had that happen. Had those things F me up before. What are they, synthesizers?
Let's see him try this. Great shot, brother.
Damn it, I missed him. Ah. Oh, that sucks. Blew my wheel off. I didn't see that. Completely missed it.
Let's see him try this barefoot. Yes, another one.
Alright. We already have a guy down and gone. Come on.
Keep it up. Yeah, got one.
Like that? You like that? Glad it didn't come after me. Come on.
No more running for that one. Nice one.
Coming behind. Green coming up behind me. Never mind. He's not coming behind me. The other guy's got him. Alright. Nice.
Nice. And I'll buy a new engine with your earnings.
Very good, very good. Not bad at all. I will take that. Didn't have to use a repair kit. Didn't even have to respawn once, so I'll definitely take that. That's happy. Happy days. Oh man, oh man. Come on, come on. Let's do it again. Hopefully it'll go as well as that. Or better. Hey, if there's only two of us, that might be really good. Very nice. Got that one taken care of. Alright, well, it's the only thing that's hit me so far. I mean, don't get me wrong, it hit me pretty good. That's the only thing that's hit me so far. Let's see if we can... Oh, crap. He didn't hit me with a need help or anything. Shit. Alright, he's got it. I didn't realize. Ah, crap. More hotspots.
Mark this one, alright? Well done.
Oh, jeez. At least we're able to kill these things a little easier. Since there's only two of us. Goodness.
I'm not gonna need that steering wheel no more. Remember when I promised to kill you last? Well, I lied.
Alright.
Nice shot, brother.
Goodness, goodness, goodness me.
Good shooting, lad. Keep it up.
Alright, come on. I'm sure there's another one around here. There's one.
Nice one.
Ah. Alright. Take care of him. him. Take care of him. Alright. Let's try it again. Make another summoner. Summator. Coupons, get your coupons. What's going on, man? How goes? Raging again, huh? More work shit. Alright, here we go again. Doesn't sound like you've had that great a week, man, at work. That sucks.
Well done. That's right.
Whoop. Alright, cool. Heading out after the stream, like going out of town, you mean? Is that what you mean? Yeah, probably gonna just go in the morning. We're just going to the next county. We're just going to Palm Beach. It's not that far. What I'm thinking, because I was like, is there much point in us getting a hotel room for tonight, for example? If all, by the time she gets home from work, all we do is basically go up there, eat, and go to sleep. What's the point of the hotel room? And that's why I was thinking it'd probably be best, since we're talking about going to this seafood festival during the day tomorrow. Maybe, damn, dude. Maybe we just go ahead and, damn, screw that guy. Maybe we just go ahead and get the hotel room, tomorrow, or for tomorrow. And we just, oh, crap. Yeah, this is much harder than it was with the Suicide, for sure. They're tearing my car apart here. So yeah, I was thinking, like I said, just go up there, go to the seafood festival during the day, have our bags in it, or our bag, whatever. We don't need a lot, just a bag and overnight. Well, she'll probably have like 3 bags, but I'll, but I'll have like a grocery sack, with a couple things in it, and that's it. And we could, like I said, go up there, and all I need is my swimsuit, basically, and a change of clothes and my bathroom stuff, and that's it. And I don't even need to change of clothes, technically, but probably be best, considering it is South Florida. It's going to be hot and humid, and when we're out this seafood festival thing, so I'll probably get stinky. Probably a change of clothes, my bathroom stuff, like I said, and a swimsuit, and flip-flops for the, my flippy-floppies for the pool area. And then that should be it. That should satisfy my requirements. She'll need a bag just for her bathroom stuff. And then she's gonna need, I don't know what else. Yep. Wear my Speedo as underwear and I'll be okay. Won't even need to. I'm down to 1 retro already. That's true. I could just wear the Speedo to the festival. Just walk around in the Speedo. I mean, it's not like it's unheard of. I am right now a Florida man, am I not? Besides, nothing looks better on your mug shot than just wearing a Speedo. It's a very Florida man kind of mugshot attire. That's true too. I mean, and it's also South Florida, so there's a lot of that around. A lot of Euros and their Speedos. Ooh. For the next hard raid, you mean? I'll probably do a hard raid. An extra, even though this is my 3rd. I'll probably do an extra. Because I'm so extra. Nice.
Now that's what I like. Well done.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be doing probably Sunday, I guess, I'll go ahead and spend a little fuel and do the Sunday raids or whatever today. And, I mean, I'll probably do, tonight, I'll do the Saturday stuff. So that won't be a problem. I don't have to complete them all, in other words. But yeah, I'll do. Cool, cool, cool. Are you ready? Alright. We're gonna do it. We're doing this. Make sure that's what I need. Oops, I'm in the wrong spot. Yeah, I need both. That's fine. Yes, 442. In there. And let's do it. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, so hopefully if we have enough stuff going on, then I can avoid tomorrow other events, you know? You redid your build. Cool. Is this the build with the fire stuff that you're talking about? Oh no, that's right. You changed it up to Prometheus and whatever it was, or something. Cool. Well, we'll see how it does then, huh? Alright, let's all go to the same one. Be smart about this. I hate when people split up or whatever, because you take unnecessary damage. You know? Just because people aren't being smart about. That one, we can move to the other one. Oop. Sorry. Somebody behind? Oh, it's on the other side. Ah. was like, where's that shotgun blast coming from? Damn, the whole right side of my car is ripped off. Has been stripped. All of that with what else we got? What else we got? Kill that dude, thanks. Before he detonated on me. There we go. Fell short across the board. That's to do with the Mastodon. One to the left.
I sent you backpacking.
I don't know how this is happening or why this is happening. I don't know why anybody would even set these things up. Follow bots. But I keep getting them. I've got like 8 of this now. What's the point of this? I'm assuming they're by. I mean, it's like 8 different Haas whatevers. I got one the other day, and then when I got another today, I kind of went, hey, hold on a second. I know you followed the other day, but of course they don't say anything. And then I started going, hold on a second. And then next thing you know, I got like 3 more. And I've gotten like 6 today. 5 or 6 today. And I'm like, why? Why do people do this? I don't know what you mean. I just keep getting follows from this Haas whatever, and they're all different versions of the same name. So now from what I understand, there's a guy who made a program or something. Yeah, it follows. There's a guy that made like a program that will remove follow bots. You know, so you don't have artificial follows. Which I'm not against that. You know, I've got to look into it exactly, but I'll do it. I'll get rid of those follows if I can, because I don't want them. If they're not real people who are really interested in following my channel, then I don't want them.
Good job. You killed him.
Oh, I just started taking off the wrong way. Haas, whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know what the deal is. Why? Because, like, right now, that puts, I mean, why? It puts me at, I've muted that already. I don't think that's accurate, though. Muted that. Exo Hatsumi. You saw that in my channel? I don't remember seeing it in my channel. But what I'm seeing, yeah, I don't know. But like I'm seeing Hoss, Hoss, a bunch of other stuff. Is that the one you're talking about? Like if I go to, where is it? Followers list. Or actually, yeah, there you go. Activity feed. All right. Okay, so no, I'm sorry. I didn't have Hoss the other day. My mistake. I had host. I had somebody 3 days ago, host 00312, which sounded like a bot already off the top of, you know. Yeah, 00312 is what I had. And then I see... but see, the weird thing is, then I have them again today. Host 00312, 46 minutes ago. I'm like, so they unfollowed and then followed again? And then I had Hoss, Hoss, 00312, underscore, a bunch of like capital I's or lowercase L's, I'm not sure which one it is, or whatever, followed by Hoss 00312 underscore elite underscore race, immediately, like one after another, followed by Hoss 00312 underscore a bunch of capital I's again, but not the same exact one, not the same number of capital I's. And then Hoss 00312 underscore, it looks like it might be the same number of capital I's as the first one. And then them again, all today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them today. 1 3 days ago, and then 6 of them today. I'm like, what the hell, man? I don't like that. I don't like it. You know? Are you looking to do another hard raid? Or no? I know you were on break. I don't know if you have time. Alright. I mean, I'll do it. How long we got on this anyway? 1 minute and 50 whatever seconds. I'll do it. You ain't scarring me. Yeah, I'm not scarred. I'm gonna do it. So now I'm having to broaden my job search because I had to talk with my girlfriend. I'm like, there's not enough of the job that I would do in the local area. I may have to go somewhere. You know, I may have to go somewhere for a year or 2 years or whatever it is. We'll see. So I broadened my job search to include wherever. Now she doesn't want me to take a position in like Kuwait or some shit like that. But I mean, one position is in Germany. I'm gonna apply for that. I'm in a job. I'm already kind of in the process a little bit for a position up in the Carolinas. I got potential for a position in Texas, not up in the Dallas area like I would prefer, but you know, San Antonio or whatever. You're all right. Break, right? Yeah. And then there's another position. That I would consider that it's over. Well, there's a couple other good positions. There's one in Vicenza, Italy, that probably would be pretty cool. And then there's another that's in Slovenia. So, I don't know, a little bit all over the place. But she doesn't want me to take position in Kuwait, like I said. Neither one of the positions in Kuwait, a couple of them. She doesn't want me to be in the Middle East anymore. Certainly wouldn't want me to take any position anywhere near Afghanistan. Not what that place has become, that's for sure. But Italy wouldn't necessarily be that. What's going on, Wolfgar? How's it going today? Hey, cheers to you as well. Cheers to chat via Wolfgar. Diet Dr. Pepper for the cheers, for the win. Absolutely. Are you going to the convention? Did you decide to go or no? Yeah. It's a pain in the ass to go down there. Yep. I say that, and then I say, well, I'm gonna drive up to Palm Beach County for the weekend instead. So. We're gonna have a mini vacation. We're just gonna go get a hotel room up there and go to a seafood festival up in Palm Beach. Another one of those. I'm not even gonna bother thinking it since it's a bot. Are they? Well, good for them. They can have it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, so like, before there was Adventure League and whatnot, I didn't mind going to,
Wow, well done.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're not doing the BL2 either. I guess with them being there anyway, but also, like I said, I'm gonna go to Palm Beach. Before there was Adventure League, though, I used to like going to conventions because it wasn't organized gameplay. You just went and you met people and you played, and there were different games. It wasn't all just D&D. You know, people just had rooms, game rooms set up or whatever, where, you know, it's just tables and chairs, and anybody could. You didn't have to be an organized GM, whatever, and all this kind of stuff. You just showed up and said, hey, you guys want to play a game or whatever, and you got some people together, and you would usually, like, if you wanted to do it at a convention, you would probably bring some pre-generated characters, and sometimes that's how you learned about new games, you know, completely different games. You know, you just be like, oh, okay, cool. I mean, I got people to play Twilight 2000 one time. I played, I don't know, Marvel superheroes at one point. You know, we played lots of different games. Damn it, dude. Off my ass. Now you're done. Yeah, so I mean, it was cool, you know. That sometimes at a convention that was at way back when, Henry and I went and we played in a D&D like tournament thing that they set up, where they had all, you know, it was like an epic, except for it wasn't. It wasn't multiple tables competing in the same dungeon, like in the sense of, all the characters are doing this or doing that type of thing. Everybody was playing the same characters in an adventure, and like each table had 4 or 5 players, I don't remember, and a DM, and they were the same characters. Like each table had the same thief and the same, fighter and the same whatever. They all had the same tables. What's going on, Trader? Happy Friday to you. And what you did was, you played the same adventure, and it was kind of timed out. Like did you get to this section? Did you get to this section? And then they kind of, if you hadn't gotten there, if you hadn't accomplished such goal or whatever, they just kind of would jump ahead a little bit and tell you, oh well, this gets resolved or whatever kind of thing until you move ahead and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of like a portion of the adventure, when you get to a certain part, they go, okay, like now it's just time for the last mini chapter of the event, and they said each table, basically the guy who was running each table would pick one of their players and say, this person I think contributed the most, did the most, RP, whatever it was, and because of it, the DM at each table got to pick this one person from their table. If there were 5 players at each table, then there were 5 tables also. And then, so that there would still be 5 players again to go to the final table, and they put them up on the stage, and it was in like a little presentation room area that had a little stage area or something like that at UM. And they had them play the last chapter together. Those 5 players each picked one of those same 5 characters again or whatever, and they played the last portion of the adventure together, and everybody else is kind of, you could watch or whatever if you wanted. But just, that wasn't, I mean, it was organized, but it wasn't like Adventure League organized. They didn't have anything like that. It was just all pre-generated stuff. But I've gone to conventions where, there's tables over here are playing the old Traveler game, and tables over here are playing, something else, whatever. And sometimes you find out about kind of indie games and stuff, not just the big, companies like D&D type games and stuff like that, but you would find different games and stuff and be like, well, this is kind of interesting. I've never seen this premise, or I've never, played this game, whatever. Some of them are easy games to pick up, definitely. So it was really cool to be exposed to some of those things, and they would just have like big rooms or several smaller rooms, and you could just wander around and just go, hey, you guys putting together, and the guy would be like, hey, yeah, I'm putting together a game, in 20 minutes, if you're interested, here's pre-generated characters, whatever, blah, 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 and it can be any game. Didn't matter, it wasn't always D&D. And now it seems like the Adventures League or the Pathfinder Society or whatever, they reserve rooms, and those are the only RPG rooms, or maybe they're in the same room and they get this many tables versus this many tables or whatever, but those are the only RPG there because they have a society or a league or whatever type of thing. They have more clout, so they just take up all the space, and there's nobody just goes to the convention with a backpack with their own games and goes, hey, cool, I'm gonna set up this game here, anybody interested in playing? It's all got to be scheduled out and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And it's it kind of ruins it doesn't ruin the sense of community, but it kind of takes away the spontaneity of the socialization aspect, of meeting new people and stuff like that. So when Henry and I went to that game, for example, and we did that just on a whim, we just went one weekend to this event that was going on. We met dudes there that ended up being friends of ours ever since, for years. We played, in fact, one of the guys ended up being my roommate for a couple of years. and it was all from just meeting them at that convention, basically. But I've played D&D, computer games, whatever, with those guys, a lot over the years. Now, granted, I've lost touch with them in the last few years and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, I don't know that I would have. I don't know that I would have had the same socialization aspect within the confines of a Adventure League or Pathfinder Society kind of event, honestly, because because it just seems so structured to the point of, oh, you're gonna play this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and all this kind of stuff or whatever, and it's almost like you're being directed. I mean, yes, gameplay itself is gameplay, sure, but as far as just getting together and doing this or doing that type of thing, it just seems like it's more like, oh no, you can't just do whatever. You have to do this or this or this and all this stuff. And we had more freewheeling, spontaneity and improv elements to just being able to throw together something and play. So it was fun. It was. I found it better, to just have sometimes some of these. I mean, I'm not saying I'm against having a AL or Pathfinder Society or something like that, but they just hog up all the space. There's no just generic RPG area, Right. I always felt bad about playing that character because I always thought that Dee Dee, would think that I was making fun of her. If she ever was somewhere where I would play Nuck and Futz or whatever, like at that convention, for example, I always thought, oh shit, she's gonna think I'm making fun of her because the character's got a little bit of a lip. So, and I didn't mean it that way, definitely, but I don't know. No, I'm not against cons, like I said. I'm not against cons. I just miss... I don't know. I played them in an epic at Tate's one time too. Anyway, all right. Are you Gore? I don't know. Are you looking to do another? Because I still got. Well, never mind. I got 3 more. I can do those tonight. Never mind. You want to do any? Do you have any easies to do? I am looking to do one easy. He might be back at work. He might be done with his break. Well, here, I'm going to put 20 in here anyway. I'm going to get ready to do an easy. Gore, are you still there or no? If not, I'll remove you from the group. Alright then. Removing from the group. Boo-ba-da-ba-doo. Yeah, instead of going to the convention, I'm just going to go to a seafood festival up in Palm Beach. we'll see. Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully it'll be not too hot and humid and everything like that, but hopefully it also won't rain, because we're gonna get a hotel room up in Palm Beach and just kind of get away a little bit for the weekend, or just for tomorrow night, basically. But still, it'll distract me from tomorrow's public events. And that's kind of the goal. I don't want to see anything on the news tomorrow or anything. That's my goal. So we're gonna try to maybe go to the seafood festival. You know, it starts at like 9:30, so we'll go up early. Maybe go to the seafood festival for a little bit. Whatever. Check out. It's not just seafood. I mean, it's maritime art and stuff like that too. And figure maybe we'll find something for the house or whatever. We kind of do a little bit of a beach theme around the house anyway. So I figure maybe I'll get something for the house or something, and then you know, we'll check out artwork and whatever they have, you know, going on, whatever other things they got going on, and then you know, when we can check into the hotel at probably 3 or whatever, the standard check-in time, then we'll you know, go check into the hotel and make sure it's a hotel that's got a pool, and we'll, you know, go get ourselves some pool time.
Yeah, 2 days worth of water for you.
And then, you know, go to dinner, do a little shopping up there or something. You know, whatever. I know, I say shopping, I'm not gonna do anything, you know, shopping. She will probably look around, at least, at some things. No problem. I mean, I know you're at work, dude, so. But I figure, she'll probably want to see some things at the festival and see if it, you know, will mesh with the decor of the home or something like that.
Well done.
Come on. Done. Didn't like that, did you? Boosh. Yeah, no problem, Squirrel. Like I said, I know you're working, so it is what it is. No issue. Cool, let's solve the seasonal challenges. Boom. One more of those, which will be after 8 p.m. my time tonight. That'll update. I'll get one more level out of it, and then I won't even have to worry about doing Sundays anyway. I won't have to worry about the fact that I miss Sundays seasonal daily challenges, because it'll only be enough to get me to where I'm at now, 3,500 experience in the next level. So it won't be enough to get me another level anyway, so I won't be missing anything. So good deal. I only have enough raids necessary for 3 hard raids, which is great, because again, after 8 p.m. tonight, I'll get tomorrow's free fuel, and I'll go ahead and knock those out tonight, probably. And then I'll finish off the last easy raid then also. I do have these 3 or group missions. You know what? Screw it. I'll just knock those out real quick. There's only 3 of them. And then I'll come back and do my low power score mission, cannon missions. And then I will be good to go. I only got to knock out 3 of these, so... So, you know what? You know how like they up the difficulty of redoing the side or group or whatever the one quest of the quest line mission thing or whatever. I'm not sure if there's another Haas. Oh yeah. I'm not sure if their goal was to, there's another one, was to create more social aspect, like make you have to feel like dragging your friends into, like to try to get some more action into this mode. There's another one, but I figured, that maybe they're like, hey, if we do this, it'll be hard enough they can't do it on their own. There's another one, yeah. But then they'll go, and if that's the case, then that'll get more activity in the awakening zone, and that's what we're trying to do. Maybe that's their goal, is to try to get more people into here, which technically that doesn't really bring more activity to the awakening zone anyway, because if you're just coming in and then going over there and replaying that one quest line, you're basically going into an instance where you're pulled away from the regular awakening zone, so it doesn't really help that anyway. But if the concept is to try to drum up some kind of social activity there and make it where it's a team event, and you feel a need to, like I said, drag your friends into it, then I don't think it's going to work, honestly. Because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, instead of dragging my friends into it, I think I'm just gonna not do it. And that's gonna have less activity in this awakening zone, not more. That's the way I see it. So I think it's just gonna, they made it hard enough for it to suck and be frustrating, well then I'm not going to do it anymore. So they want the the social aspect or the community aspect that they might have been trying to get. It's the way it seems to me, at least. Seems like it's completely going to cause the opposite effect of what might have been their goal. Because I don't know exactly what their goal was in making that so much harder. I mean, it only gives, I think, 50 engineer badges or something like that. It's not like it gives a ton. And then it just gives reputation for the actual replay of the, you know, of the on the daily replay. It gives reputation, but the weekly, just complete one of them at a harder, you know, harder than usual level or whatever, just gives, it's either 50 or 100 engineer badges. It's not like it's a ton. I think it's only 50 because doing these 20 of these things, which that does get more activity in the Awakening at least, only gives 100. See, now if this gave like 200 to do 20, or maybe do 10, and that gives you 100, and then do an additional 20, you know, do a follow-on, and that one gives you, you know, 150 or something like that. So you can get, you know, or even 200 more, or something like that. If you gave somebody the opportunity to get a lot more engineer badges, even if they had to do a lot more of these side quests, you would get more activity in the Awakening, and it wouldn't require, you know, I don't know. The finagling that they tried to do, I don't think it's going to accomplish, if that's what they were actually trying to do with it. And I don't know what they were trying to do with it. It's just going to turn people away from doing that at all. So, what's the point? Or at least it turned me away from doing that. I don't know about other people. Other people might be like, "Oh, I like it." Okay, well, good for you. I mean, are they just... Did they think that it was giving away an abundance of engineer badges and they were trying to, you know, curb that a little bit? Because it sure didn't seem like it was. See, if they want more people in here, they gotta give more incentive to come in here, not less incentive to come in here. You know? Because currently, giving, you know, making things harder in here necessarily doesn't necessarily give anybody more incentive to come in here. If it's like hard to the point of frustration that you can't complete the thing, you know, a few times in a row, but it takes you a few times maybe to complete it, then, you know, that de-incentivizes taking a trek into the Awakening mode, you know? And I think that's it. So we should be done with our 20 now. Because we got 3 done there. Yep, 20 is complete. Yeah, so where is that? Yeah, see, it's only 50 engineer badges to complete a harder version of previously completed tasks. Yeah, sure, this gives a decent amount of reputation, but not necessary. It's not necessary. It doesn't give much else. You know, it gives very little other resources, just a decent amount of reputation. But doing that once a week, you know, that's per day, of course. But doing it once a week only gives you 50 engineer badges. So, you know, if you're gonna make it that much harder, at least up the engineer badge value for it. Likewise, if you want people in the Awakening mode, take that complete 20 or side or group missions, like I said, and up the engineer badge value for that. Or like I said, make it a stage thing, a double effect thing. Like, you get that many engineer badges for only doing 10 of them. Okay, then you'll get people who are willing to just come in and just do 10 to get some engineer badges. You know, they just may not feel like doing 20. But then give them the incentive by saying once you complete 10, it gets replaced by one that says do 20 more for double that or something like that. And then they go, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll stick around for more engineer badges. Something like that, whatever. At least then you're getting people into the mode, you know? All right, it's cannon time. It's cannon duty time. What tab? Guy. Cannon. 3% damage. Do-do-do-do. Cannon. Reload speed. There's some cannons. 1% durability, 1% damage, 2% turn speed. And he needs leveling anyways. Let's put him in there. Alright, cool. Yeah. So from the looks of things, if any of these government agencies that I've been applying to bite on potentially hiring me, I'm not going to have a choice but to get the vaccine. I know that much. Because it's a mandate for federal employees. So if I have health problems, it's because they mandated that I get this vaccine. And what about those people who can't get the vaccine? Because there are people who have previous existing health conditions who aren't able to get the vaccine because of it. So they're not allowed to be federal employees? What if they already were federal employees? Do they lose their job? That's always a good sign. That's a good message to give people. Sit there and say, we value our federal employees' lives so much that we're going to fire them. Why is this dude... I mean, they mandated a long time ago the military had to get all kinds of these, all different types of vaccines and stuff like that. So I was used to having to get certain things like the flu vaccine, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of it. You know? But had to get it. Mandatory every year. But it sucked because they came up with things like they had, you know, the Hep stuff and the... Do they have a policy for some form of accommodation? What kind of accommodation are you talking about? They don't plan on accommodating anybody. They plan on if you Well, I don't know. I mean, if so, they haven't advertised it. They just said federal employees need to get it. You know, if you're going to stay working for the federal government, you better have that vaccine. Or if you're not a federal employee yet, you won't be hired without it. And that sucks too. Because what about, like I said, some people can't get it.
Say hello to my little friend. No fear, no pity, no remorse.
And it's like you're denying somebody employment on the basis of vaccine. Now, don't get me wrong. There have long been other I guess restrictions, I don't know, other qualification, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, whatever you want to phrase it as, that have been mandatory for some hiring policies at state and local levels, for example. There are cities that won't, they mandate that you have to sign a statement saying that you're a non-smoker and you haven't smoked for at least however many years and all this kind of stuff. You have to sign, make a sworn statement, basically. You know, to not be a smoker. And usually that's because of insurance. Because the city has an agreement for its insurance costs, you know, with their insurance provider. Company has an exception process other than the impression that federal employment law requires you to be able to accommodate for the I don't know, man. I don't know. But I know this much, you're not allowed the freedom to choose. You're allowed to choose to not get the vaccine. But in doing so, you're also choosing not to work for the federal government. That's all. You know, and that's their counter argument, is to sit there and say, hey, you don't have to have the vaccine, but you also don't have to work here. So it's not like you have a right to work here. Right. That's exactly it. Employment's not a right. They're not denying you. They're just saying you don't have a right to. And that's actually a common mistake that a lot of people seem to think. Because I ran into this issue with the military a lot. A lot of people have this belief that they have a right to that job, you know, whether it be government service in any form, military or whatever. And it's like, you don't have a right to this. There are requirements that you have to meet, you know, prerequisites that you have to meet before you can get into, like the military doesn't just take everybody, for example. You have to meet certain requirements. You have to be physically at least somewhat fit, you know, a little bit. You have to pass a physical, though, a medical physical. You have to be in a certain physical condition. You have age restrictions. There's a number of different things, you know. You just like within the military, you only qualify for certain jobs based on test scores that you get to qualify for them and stuff like that, for them to send you to the training and all this kind of stuff. But there are a lot of folks who seem to think that you're just entitled to this stuff. It's just like when people, I mean, it's a very touchy subject, but the concept of the transgender thing in the military and all that stuff or whatever, people talk about it like, well, you can't deny them their right to serve the country. And I say, well, you know, the rules are the rules, and yeah, you can. Well, you can't deny them their right to serve the country, but they're not denying them. All they're doing is denying them the right to serve in the military. You can serve your country lots of different ways. Just can't necessarily be in the military. When the rule said you couldn't, then that's what needed to be abided by. You know? I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that so anybody who has this opinion in their mind, whatever. I mean, I have my opinions on the subject, sure, but I'm not mentioning that. I'm not talking about that right now. What I'm talking about, though, is the fact that if that's the policy, you can't just say, well, I'll sue because what? You're not entitled to serve in the military. It's not a right. So what's the basis of your lawsuit? It's not discrimination under the 5 protected, categories. You can't discriminate based on race, gender, religion, whatever. Now, people would make the argument that it's based on gender, but others would make the argument, that it's not, whatever. And I'm not getting into that matter or whatever, really. I'm not. All I'm doing is saying that if that's the rule, you can't say that they're in violation of something by denying you a right, because it's not your right to serve in the military or in the government or whatever it is. Those are jobs. If it was your right, just like when people tell their kids, oh, you can be anything you want to be. No, you can't necessarily just be anything you want to be. That's a fallacy. You can only be the things that you qualify for, and are accepted to do. You can't just be whatever you want to be. You can't just walk in to NASA and say, I want to be an astronaut, and therefore you're an astronaut. That's not the way it works. You have to meet the qualifications, and then on top of that, you have to be selected. You don't just get to choose to do it. Just like, it's not like everybody can just walk up and go, I want to be the president. Therefore, you have to make it. It's not a private company. It's a government position, so you have to just let me be the president. No, you don't. It's not the way it works. Now, granted, that's an elected position, obviously. But I'm just saying it's the same general concept of too many people have this philosophy that they're entitled to whatever the case is. And it's not. You're just plain not. All these people need to get it out of their head. And I'm not saying don't try, don't put in the effort and, work towards something if that's what you want to be, but don't just assume that you're entitled to it, because you're not. And so check that. Alright, so check this out. And this is why I had a problem. So during a brief period while I was in reserve status with the military, I managed a restaurant, right? So I tried a civilian job. I said, hey, maybe I'll try a regular, plain old civilian job, something, like normal people do, and see how it goes. Well, I didn't go in to be a manager. I went in to be a bartender. That's all I was going to be. I just figured out, I'll make some drinks and talk to people and whatever, Well, they wanted me to be a manager, when they saw my resume, or not my resume, but my application, and then they were like, why didn't you apply to be a manager? Because I'd already been a supervisor in the military many times. They said, you can handle stressful situations, you think on your feet, whatever, problem solve, manage people, all this kind of stuff, right? I was like, well, I didn't know anything about restaurants, really. And they said, well, we can teach you that part, and I said, all right, fine, whatever. Big mistake. I should have just stayed being a bartender. The bartenders and servers worked half the hours that I worked as a manager, and they made twice the money I made as a manager. So, big mistake accepting, this managerial recommendation. But nevertheless, I did it, and I just did it for a year. Yeah. More host follows, whatever. So I just did it for a year because they did invest in me, by training me and everything. So I said, listen, I'll, as the year was winding down, I said, I'll give you the full year because you guys invested in me and I appreciate it and all that stuff or whatever. But after that, I'm out. I said, this is not a thing. Yes, it's a bot. It's got to be a bot. I've gotten follows from, I think I've gotten we're probably around 15 of those today. I got to figure out, there's supposed to be some kind of a thing. Somebody made a thing that, like a program, I guess, that you can put on your channel that will eliminate bot followers. So I'm going to look into that and possibly put that there. But yeah, so I managed this restaurant for a year, and it was horrible. I was like, because I'm used to the military where people actually want to do their jobs, and they take a pride in their work, and it was funny during the hiring process, for the manager position, the regional manager hires the managers, and so instead of the restaurant manager hiring, the servers and the bartenders and all that stuff or whatever, the regional manager hires all the management staff, So the regional managers, were in the interview, and the regional manager's like, hey, this could be very interesting. You're going to bring a different level of discipline and work ethic and all this kind of stuff or whatever to the management team. And I don't have anybody who's a veteran like that and everything. So this is going to be neat. I'm looking forward to it. And she goes, but I got a question for you. She says, so, in the military, I know that you had the capability as a supervisor of, all kinds of different forms of punishment for your people if they didn't do what they're supposed to do, or they act a certain way and all this kind of stuff or whatever. I mean, she knew basically that there was a whole justice system. Of course there is, Uniform Code of Military Justice and everything, which is the laws in the military. And they're like, you can put somebody in the brig, you can put them on restriction, on work detail, all kinds of different stuff or whatever, right? There's all these different types of punishments and stuff like that you have in the military, right, for varying severities of infractions that they might commit at work or even outside of work or whatever. So she was like, so how are you going to adapt to not having that kind of extra, for lack of a better term, let's call it, a stick, an enforcement bat, and being able to say, if somebody's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, we don't have that kind of stuff or whatever. There's civilian employees and all this kind of stuff, right? And I was like, yeah, but you got to understand. I explained to her, I said, you have to understand the reason we have those other things, those other enforcement, punishment, disciplinary actions that we can implement in the military is twofold. One, because you have to have even up to severe levels of enforcement, because there's a number of ways that somebody's actions in the military can be, a danger to people and all this kind of stuff or whatever. How do you manage without consequences? Right. And they're like, and I'm like, number one, there could be safety concerns. There's people's lives could be on the line, all kinds of different stuff, and based on the job, and everything or whatever, or at least the job environment, at least. I said, so you have to have severe possibilities as far as disciplinary actions and stuff like that to if nothing else, convey that to somebody, how severe, their actions could end up being. But I said the second thing is, we have people that are on contracts. if somebody joins the military, they're there for 4 years or whatever it is, 5 years or whatever it is. They have a contract. We're stuck with that person. We have to be able to punish them in a manner that conveys the severe nature of whatever it is, that's commensurate with whatever their level of infraction was. But then after that punishment is over, they come back to work with us in general, or even while that punishment is going on, depending on what it is. If it's just restriction to base, for example, you're not allowed to leave the base, you're restricted to the base. Okay, well, that's a punishment, and they come to work every day. They're still with us. They have to work alongside us and all this stuff, but they understand that they screwed up, and then once their punishment is over, they're back to work normal and all this kind of stuff. I said, we were stuck with these people. Or the military at least is stuck with these people. So yeah, you have to have these other punishment capabilities. I said, you guys have, on the civilian side, have something that we don't have, which is just the ability to fire somebody. You could just flat out say, you're fired, and out they go. They lost their job, they're gone. I said, we didn't have that luxury. We had to have these other means of disciplining because we couldn't just take their job from them. They're already on contract. Now, if it's a severe penalty that they deserve, then yes, one of the things that they could get hit, but by way of a court-martial, that's very severe. They're going through the legal system in the military, then they could get a bad conduct discharge or a dishonorable discharge or something like that. But other than that, we didn't have the ability of just kicking somebody out. And she was like, oh, I never thought of it that way. I'm like, yeah, you have the ability to just kick somebody to the curb, man. Take away their income, man. Just poof, you're fired. So, yeah, you have a punishment that's pretty powerful that you're capable of doing that we didn't have in the military. And she I guess never had figured that out. So, but it was interesting. It was definitely interesting, but so I bring this up because this sense of entitlement to a job or to whatever that I was talking about, that's all too prevalent among people nowadays. So my girlfriend's a manager at her job, and she had an employee who has called out for work numerous. I don't mind being a supervisor I don't mind being a supervisor. I don't mind leading people. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with it when people, especially in the restaurant industry, it's an extremely transient industry, and the people there don't give a flying F. Not at all. As far as most of them, I'm not saying all of them, of course, but a lot of them don't care. They only chase a little bit more money. The place across the street, I can make $10 more a month, or $10 more a week on average, or even a night, or on average, or whatever. I'm going to go there. I'm quitting here and going there immediately. No show, no call, no tell you anything. They just go over there, and you're like, what happened? And you're scrambling because you don't have servers and things like that, because people just abandon you, or even with it there, they only want their money and that's all they care about. And when there's side work, as they call it, all the stuff like clean this, clean that are part of the job responsibilities, they're like, no, I'm a server. I just serve the food. No. Part of the server job is these other things. And they go, but that stuff doesn't tip them, so they don't want to do it, so it's such an annoying mentality that I really have a problem with that. I didn't mesh very well with that concept, because I'm like, do your job, If you don't like it, don't make this your job, But whatever. I was holding people to higher standards than. And by higher standards, I just really mean the minimum standards, but that's still higher than they were willing to do, And that was a little bit of an issue that frustrated the crap out of me. So the reason I bring this up, though, like I said, is this entitlement to a job situation. So my girlfriend's a manager at her job, right? And she had an employee who has not come to work for a month. You know, every time she's scheduled. Now, I'm not saying whatever your life is, okay? But if you take a job, you do have a little bit of a responsibility to try to do the job. I mean, your employer went to the trouble of hiring you, right? You know, so put yourself in their shoes. But they don't. So she hasn't come to work, but she's called every time. Oh, this came up. Oh, that, I have this. Whatever. She's young and she's got a kid already and all this kind of stuff or whatever. I get it. There's things that come up. But for a whole month, she hasn't come to work, right? So even though she's had reason or whatever, the policy for the company is 30 days of not coming to your scheduled shifts, you get separated from the company. You know, you get not fired for bad, you know, necessarily. It's not like a detrimental fire, but you're fired. You know, they're not going to keep your position for you indefinitely. You know, they have other people applying all the time, and they need obviously the body, or they wouldn't have hired you. You know, and that wording was intentional almost in a way. They need the body, because way too many of these folks nowadays, especially, think that they deserve a paycheck because they showed up for work, and it's like, no employer was looking to fill the seat, and that's all, you know, unless of course your job is as a seat filler. But otherwise they want you to actually do the job, not just be there. They're not just holding, you know, we don't just want people walking around, you know, like because they felt lonely or whatever. No. So she hadn't been there for 30 days, or coming, it was her 30th day, all right? She was scheduled, and she called again, and my girlfriend, it was her day off or whatever, but her assistant was telling her about this. Her assistant said, hey, you can't call out, today's your 30th day. You know, if you don't come into work today as you're scheduled, you're going to be separated, you know? And she goes, oh, well, you know, why? I've had a reason every time. And they said, because that's the policy. We can't keep you for more than 30 days, right? And all this kind of stuff if you haven't come to a scheduled shift. And then she's like, oh, okay, well, if they separate me, then they'll just rehire me. And they're like, no, that's not the way it works. We're not going to go to the trouble of separating you just to rehire you. You know, you're not going to work here anymore. You're going to be done. She goes, fine, I'll come in. So she comes in, right? She shows up. Now, they wear a uniform at this job. She shows up to work in her pajamas. Yep. She shows up to work in her pajamas, says, and they go, well, what are you doing? You know, why are you not in uniform? Oh, I'm just going to punch in and then punch back out a minute later, and then that'll start the 30 days again. Like, no, that's not how it works. You know? Yeah, so that's exactly. What's up, Thanatos? Thanks for the raid, man. Welcome. They said that's not how it works at all. We're not just doing this because it's a rule and that's all, and then we're going to let you try to circumvent the rule by just punching and then punching back out. Now, you didn't show up for work because you're not showing up for work if you're in your freaking pajamas, which now means you didn't call out for this, well, even if you did call out your 30 days, but you didn't show up, which means you basically have a no-show for work. Now we just terminate you. Yep, exactly. Exactly like you said, Trader. Now we can just terminate you. We don't have to separate you. We terminate you, which definitely means you're not coming back. You know? And she was like, what? She just assumed that if she just clocked in, then everything would be okay. You know? They're not... they're not doing you a favor. They're not hiring you and keeping you as an employee because they just want you to be on the books. You know, this isn't the mob. We don't have like no-show jobs, you know, to cover it so that your parole officer thinks you have a job, but you never actually have to be here. No, these are corporate America, man. You gotta actually come and do your job. I thought it was, I mean, but it sums up this sense of entitlement that so many of these employees have nowadays, where they think, oh, well, you owe me a job. No, no, we don't. You know, and it's hilarious to me. Thanatos, a fellow veteran, who's also a streamer. What were you streaming, Thanatos? I know you were streaming a Varion earlier. Whatever that is, I'm not sure. But, let's see. Yep. A Vorion, excuse me. That is exactly what you were streaming last time. So anybody, whatever, I'm not sure what that game is, but anybody's more than welcome to go check that out. Of course, when Thanatos streams it, go check out his channel and hit him with a follow, and you will be notified when he goes live with that game of Vorion. Like I said, not sure what it is, but hopefully you're having a good day, Thanatos. Hopefully you had a good stream, and anybody who came over with Thanatos, thanks for popping in. I'm Secret Squirrel. This is Secret Squirrel Games. The irony, though, is that you did just catch me at the end of my stream. I just finished up my daily challenges and some progress towards some weekly challenges. And I'm going to end up calling it right at 2 hours here, which is a nice short stream for today. But I still have a few more things I got to finish up before doing weekend activities this weekend. Girlfriend and I are going away, kind of, you know, just to the next county. But we're going to go get a hotel room, do a little mini vacation locally. And then on top of that, I do have some resumes I got to shoot out. I'm in the job search. I'm in the job search right now. So I have some resumes I got to shoot out for the old government positions that they're not due today, but they are due over the course of the, like, Sunday night, I think one of them is, and I'm not going to take any chance. I'm going to go ahead and shoot them out today. But once again, though, thank you guys for tuning in. Always appreciate it. I think I'm going to go ahead and send you guys over to my man, Heavily Gamer. You know it. Heavily Gamer. He likes to stream the cross out. Send you guys over to Heavily. You guys can have yourselves some fun over there, and hopefully, oops, did the wrong thing there. Hopefully, you have a good time watching Heavily play cross out. But I do have some other things to do to knock out before we go out of this town and just the next county, but still for the weekend. And I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me today. I definitely do. All right. So thanks, guys. But I am going to send you guys over to Heavily right now, and I will talk to you guys later. All right. Take care. And if anybody who's new to my stream, by the way, make sure you hit the follow button. And also, so you'll be notified when I go live with this game or any other game. And also, the next time that I'm scheduled to go live with Crossout is at 12 noon Eastern Time in the United States on Tuesday. I do it at that time on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, it's 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So hopefully I'll see you guys there, if nothing else. Enjoy your weekend, everybody else, as well. And I will talk to you guys later, all right? I'm raiding Heavily now. So let's do this. Boom, 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 boom. Go get your raid on to Heavily. 3, 2, 1, and bye now.